Welcome to another episode of
I'm Not the Problem, right?
I'm not the problem.
Right? Good. Yeah.
Is that it?
Everyone does it like, did I get it right or did I get it wrong? Anyways,
I'll
with me,
give you a couple of takes.
no, not,
I'm not the problem, right?
as you can tell, I'm here with Zaid Dagamseh.
Dagamseh.
Dagamseh. What did I say?
Dagamseh.
Dagamseh. Zaid Dagamseh, a stand-up comedian, actor extraordinaire, as you can tell, writer, activist, and recent, very successful hair transplant. What's the word I'm looking for? Spokesperson? No.
What's the word? I guess spokesperson works or like hair transplant. Yeah, spokesperson was good. Yeah. Or endorsement, like a walking endorsement for hair transplants.
Walking endorsement. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I actually currently have minoxidil on my hair right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What's that? So when did your like hair loss journey start?
So here's into the this people don't believe me when I say this, but it's not actually I burnt it off.
Oh.
Yeah. So what
that's
happened
really
was
bad.
I was going
happened?
blonde. You remember I would bleach my hair.
I don't remember
Dying
that face,
for-
Osama. Sorry. What?
I was dying for attention.
Okay.
Stand up wasn't enough. So I would bleach my hair, and I bleached it alone at home, and it wasn't, the color wasn't right.
Oh my God, my friend did that.
I bleached it 3 times in 1 hour. My head ballooned, and when I shaved my head, I had lost a bit in my dimple area, and so I thought I was balding. But this was 3 years ago, and it's still like this. Self-inflicted balding.
Wow. Self-inflicted alopecia, everybody, do not recommend.
Don't.
My friend did the same thing. He tried to get a perm and he did it, or is it a perm or no? Like he did some kind of chemical thing on his hair, permanently thin.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. But he didn't try to fix it with
I'm
minoxidil
trying.
or whatever.
Yeah, no. I just started like my minoxidil journey a month ago.
Is it just for like these?
Just for this. And like kind of the top.
Can you look
it
down? I don't know, babe. You have pretty uniform density, so I don't think you have male pattern baldness.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're good.
That is like
This
the
best
news.
compliment you can give a man. No, your hair is totally thick. Your hair is totally thick. I don't see anything. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's normal that it looks like that when it's wet. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's
That's like,
hair. Yeah.
Honestly, I'll take it. I don't care if it's true or not. I will take it to.
You know what the thing is? Like, if you woke up one night or one morning, and then you're like, oh my God, my hair is all gone. I'd be like, "Khalas, I'll live with it, you know."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh man, that sucks. You know what I mean? It's just like it's fine. But the fact that it happens gradually and it's like a non-ending negotiation, and then there's like good hair days and bad hair days, aka good density, bad density, and then it's just like I don't need like lightweight trauma over an extended period of time. Just give it to me right away. And then I can start processing. But the whole like it's just happened so gradually. It's so unfair.
It's like you're like constantly microdosing
trauma. Yeah. And like
Pain.
hits to your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, hair on your ears, thriving. It's like incredible. It's every 3 days now.
I always used to say like as we grow, we bald. But this is such a dumb joke. But the hair doesn't disappear. It just relocates.
Yeah,
to
it just goes to like
your anus.
your crack. I was gonna say your crack.
It's like, why is
everywhere.
that?
Your nose, your ears.
And it's like, why? Like, and I think like as the body was trying to find the resources for that hair, I'm like, why not my shoulders? You know what I mean? Those
I
are
don't mind
dense.
shoulder hair.
You don't have shoulder hair?
I don't mind it, but I don't have it.
But I would much rather my shoulder hair than my head hair.
I would rather all the hair go. I don't want eyebrows.
You don't want eyebrows?
If I had to choose, like if someone was just like, you know what, you're just gonna have like these wispy whatevers, I'll get them tattooed. Just put it on my hair. On my head.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You don't
Like I
use
don't
your
need to. I don't just. It's fine. It's okay. It's part of. Aging is a privilege. Yeah, I love it.
It kind of is. It truly is.
Yeah, of course it is. Alhamdulillah. Knock on.
But you want to know
You're
why we lose the hair from the head? Because Arabs we're pretty known for the majority of us being Muslim, so we're just used to taking a little bit off the top. Circumcision.
Is that a circumcision joke?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That's great.
All right,
That's
so let's
great.
get into your stories. Who are you? What's going on in these streets? What's going on with you?
How am I?
Are you dating right now?
Yeah, I'm dating. Yeah, I would say I am.
Are you in a relationship or dating
No,
around?
just dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how's it?
It's going well. I'm in this phase where I don't know if I should talk about like how we got to this point or just what this point is and maybe contextualize it after. Let's do how like where we are right now.
Okay.
So I think that I am a well-adjusted person now after all this money that I spent on therapy and like, you know, introspection and all of those things and like conversations and all of the done the work. And I'm dating someone who appears to have also done the work. And
I love appears.
I mean, it's only been like a month or something. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I don't know what's kind of like what's under what lies beneath. You know what I mean?
I do love that everyone now, we're so worried that like, it's like, all right, like when is the flag, when's the first flag gonna appear? Will there be smoke? I think everyone has been deceived by someone that appeared to have done the work. And now they never know initially whether their gut is right.
I have so I don't think I've ever been deceived by, well, maybe. I don't think I've been deceived. I just like I don't think, correction, 100% have been deceived. But that was a few exceptional cases. For the most part, it's just like, I don't know how to like discern. I didn't know how to discern like, what am I looking for and what do I want? And what does that look like? What does that feel like? And when am I supposed to like take it to the next level? And when am I like not supposed to take it to the next level? Mm-hmm. With this current situation is that, like I said, I feel like I figured out all of my things. I figured out what I want. I mean, as much as I can. And then this person we're very clear on what we are looking for. We're like both looking for something a little bit more steady and more like normal. And then we're both well adjusted and we're both like very like secure in our communication and
Amazing.
Everything is great. But no one told me like that how, when you've done all of these things, how boring it actually is. Because you're just like, oh, not that I'm like, oh my God, I want like drama or whatever, but like it's not necessarily, and also like I'm in my late 30s, mm-hmm. He's in his mid 40s. So it's like there's no, I don't know. It's my last relationship was like 10 years and it was tumultuous.
Oh.
So I don't know. I mean, I do know, like I'm trying to not look for like an activation in my nervous system as a sign of like something.
Yeah.
But I feel like there needs to be excitement, and there is excitement, especially in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. But outside of it, it's more like external factors. Like, this is not an exciting time to live in.
Yeah.
Toronto is being buried under a lot of snow. We can't do anything. And then when you open like your news feed, it's like, ah! And then you're like, how are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know what like the practice of dating feels like or what it's supposed to be. 'Cause I don't know. It's just like, sometimes it feels like it's a performance. And of course it's a performance, but yeah, like that's the thing. But up until this point,
let's talk about that. Dating is a performance. Elaborate.
Well, it's always like you're always solving for when is the right time to start showing the parts of me that I don't love very much. And if you show them too soon, you're a little too crazy. If you show them too late, you're deceptive. But you need to show them eventually. Like you need to, because they need to be aware of you as like a complete person, not just like the part of you that you're presenting, right? Because a lot of people complain about like, oh, I don't want to be like on and all the time. Because I personally find that exhausting. Like when I'm just like, like I can't.
What a facial expression, by the way.
Yeah, just look behind the eyes. But yeah, so like eventually, and like up until this point, I would be like, oh, it's like a careful balance of like, show my kooky side and then show my like, you know, presentable side. Mm-hmm. And then if I show kooky too soon, like the process isn't taken seriously. And if I show my kooky too late, we both just be like, okay, this is exhausting and neither of us want to do it. But then I had to like, the parts of it, I had to get comfortable with my kooky side and have to comfortable with like presenting it in a certain way and like presenting it at like the correct rate, like not too soon, not too late, at small doses. Although I must say, like, bringing someone that you're dating as comedians, bring them to the comedy show and then just be like, you need to be okay with this. Oh, if you're not okay with this, 100%. We don't need to continue.
Also,
because
for
this
them,
is This is the dream. This is the best you're gonna get.
And not only that, they need to find you not cringe on stage. They need to like your comedy. Because can you imagine bringing a girl to a date and then you just like, I bring a girl to a date and I bomb? It's over. Like she can't respect me as a man. It's such high stakes. That's why I always used to bring girls on to shows.
Really?
Always.
What if they see you bomb and they stick around? Because
that's that loyalty.
That's that loyalty. You know what I mean?
But also I think in the back of my head I'd be like, really? This is like, you should expect more for yourself. Because like when
true.
I bomb, I hate myself so much for a little bit. I'm like, how dare you be okay with who I am?
Yeah. Sorry, I need someone to hype me up.
Yeah.
But no, I get it. It's interesting about being able to date someone when you don't like their art.
I don't think you can.
I don't think I can.
Like, imagine, like, I swear, if a girl was one of these like acoustic guitar girls and she couldn't sing well, no chance.
It's game over.
No chance.
I went on a date with this. Well, it was more like a hookup, okay? And then we got to chatting after, and he's like, "Oh, I'm an artist, like a painter." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I looked at his like. He sent me his like info after, like his IG and whatever. And I looked at it and it's just like, and this is like, there's nuance in this conversation, okay? Because like not everything, like there's commercial art and there's like whatever art, you know what I mean? So the way he was talking about his paintings was like, this is like truly me, you know what I mean? It was like, this was me. I do like art residencies. Like I'm like all about exploring the self and putting the self on the canvas and everything. And then I spend half the time in, like Mexico City or somewhere, and then half the time in Toronto. So like this is my life. My life's work are these paintings. And the paintings are just like abstract paintings you'd find at like a hotel lobby. You know what I mean? And it's just like, which is I'm saying, like, if you're selling to hotel lobbies and you're making money, that's totally fine. I would love to, like, that's like, commercially viable way to make a living. And it's not haram. It's not bad. But it's just the way that he was marketing it to me, not in front of other people. If you're like selling it in front of other people, is this? And I'm just like, oh, this is truly you. And it's like drip color and like all kinds of stuff. Just like, this is it. I can't.
And was that the last time you saw him?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't, like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, babe, it's so great. You're doing great, sweetie. Okay. Do it.
Okay. Have you ever seen this? A comedian who is not very good on stage, and the partner is there with them, and they're very supportive, and that made
I've
me.
not seen that.
I've seen it once, and it made me realize, oh, like anyone that genuinely loves you, you cannot give you real feedback.
Yeah, and it's like, what does that say about you as a person?
No, I don't. I think just because they love them so much that they see the sides of them they love. Like literally, I did this show in like the worst club here, and all of us bombed.
Name the no, I'm joking.
Actually, it closed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the RIP to the downstairs of the Real Jerk. I'll say it.
Wow.
That room, I've always bombed in.
Like
it.
on Carla and
on College West, Little Italy.
The Real Jerk has.
It used to. The Real Jerk closed now.
Oh no.
Anyway, so like, everyone bombs. Me, him, everyone else. And then at the end, I went up to him and his wife, and I was like, "That was a rough one." And he went, "Nah, it wasn't too bad." And I was like, dude, I was there. I watched your set. End to end, nothing. Maybe.
Oh, no. What was wrong with that room, though? Why did everybody bomb?
So, some just have the wrong energy and dynamic for stand-up. I don't know how to explain it.
Right.
Some just don't have it. And that's when I was
some people?
Huh?
Like, you mean the audience?
No, literally the room just sucks. It just the way the acoustics work, or
I see.
Being too high, or
a series
too
of
low.
Unfortunate events.
Exactly, and it just breeds horrible vibes. And so like it's funny. So like whenever like I get a compliment from someone that I know cares about me, I'm like, okay, give me a criticism, and then when I open that door, then it's the floodgates are broken. Have you ever done that?
Told somebody to give me criticism?
Someone that like. That loves you, like a family member, a friend. Like
family member, no criticism is welcome from anyone. Well, actually, yeah. I mean, I ask for feedback all the time. Yeah. I rehearse my shows with Ahmed.
Yeah, but that's like a comedic partner.
Right. So what
different.
Do you mean?
I mean, like a friend, like my little sister. She watches a lot of my shows. She's not a comedian.
That's adorable.
But as
how young is your little sister?
She's 8 years younger than me, so she's 24. I'm 32.
Oh, okay.
which is good. It allows me to
Adult,
like
yeah.
match the Gen Z marketing vibe, just to like on how I edit clips, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my family so brutally honest. Like my dad will either love a joke or call me ahmar.
That's great.
Sometimes I'll post something. I forgot that I posted. 5 minutes later, I got a call from my dad. I'm like, oh, my dad. And then I pick up and he goes, you think that's funny?
Wow.
And he then bullies me to delete it. And I do. I'm an obedient son.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to like two sides to this. The first one is like, lol, your dad being, well, it just shows that he's invested, which is nice. Mm-hmm. It's funny because I called my parents like engineer. Okay, you did engineering for 3 years, didn't work out. Now go do whatever you want. But frankly, we don't really give a shit what you're doing right now anymore. I was on the phone with my mom, and then she's like, tell me about you. And then she was like having a bad day. She's like, I want somebody to cheer me up. Tell me about you. And I was like, well, I'm working on this documentary. She's like, not your documentary. Tell me about this. I'm like, Mom, that's like, I'm like working so hard to create this. Yeah.
Your mom's cool, right?
How is she cool?
Would you call her a cool lady?
She's a cool 76-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's, I guess, like, I don't know. Yeah. My mom is cool.
No. I think my mom's cool as well because when we FaceTime, she gets bored first.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I was telling her about my breakup and she goes, Usama, I'm over it.
That's brutal.
Do you have anything else to talk about? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yalla, have a good day. Love you. She's watching her Turkish shows. I'm like, this is like bonding.
Yo, Turkish show. My mom's all up in that. And they're
that is an epidemic of Arab moms and Turkish shows.
And she's like, Zaid, can you put on like Shahid, which is like the Jordanian or the Middle Eastern Netflix? And then she's like, can you put on, I forgot what it's called. And then I'm like, which episode? She's like, 252. I'm like, 200. Bro, we should go do the film business over there. 252 episodes. That's like a steady paycheck as a working actor.
Yeah.
Here we're like dying to get a pilot made, and then you're just like, maybe it gets picked up, maybe they'll make a season, maybe they'll pick up a second season. I'm like, bruh.
And you'll get paid the bottom of the union rates.
Yeah, nothing. I wonder, like, we should look into that. Like, how much are they making on these Turkish shows?
Why do you think
the acting is crazy?
Actually, why do you think our moms are so obsessed with these Turkish shows?
No,
I know why.
I have a theory. Yeah.
252 episodes, man keeps showing up reliably.
100%. I mean, the men in the shows are like anything but reliable, but there's a consistent male presence.
But they show up.
But also, like, I actually shot a video of this, but I wish I could send it to you. But it's like the drama is nonstop. It's like I think, okay, I was going to get a little deep here. I think these shows reach into the nervous systems of our mothers and then activate them in a way that is familiar and cathartic to boomer moms and boomer generations in general. Because there's this one episode I have to get you the I don't know if we can show it on screen, but it's like it starts like it's the episode started and this woman is literally just making her bed and then she's like suddenly and then I don't know what she's happening and the music starts dramatic. I'm like, oh my God, it's been 3 seconds. What is happening? And then my mom is like, oh yeah, but then she's like pregnant, but then she thought she had an a miscarriage, but now something's happening, so she might be pregnant. And I'm just like,
dude, it's crazy. Our Arab moms can tell you the most intricate storylines involving 27 characters, but like we'll forget the 2 friends you tell her about.
Yeah,
here
and does not give a shit about your
and
documentary.
like, oh, what happened?
Like, I don't need to know about your documentary. It's like, it's hard, Mom, but it's okay. Like, you know, she's supportive in other ways.
Yeah, Burak and Buker are trying to get married, and the stepdad actually fathered the cousin's daughter. Yeah,
the dubbing is pretty great.
I should watch it again.
You shouldn't watch it.
I should watch one just to understand.
I'll send you a couple.
I should watch it the way I watch like Love Island, just to understand what the hell is going on back there.
Never seen
Love Island?
No.
Wow.
I've seen one season.
Also, like, as a gay man, that's even rare. Is it a big gay thing or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't
like that.
Yeah. I've seen one episode of Love is Blind, and then I'm like, what opinions do I have about Love is Blind? I feel like a lot of these people, specifically the straight men, have like never had a conversation with a woman. and then I don't know, like, and because this is the first time they have a conversation with a woman, like, I think the women are a little bit more discerning, and then they are like, okay, like, I am actually trying to connect with this person, trying to understand what they like. But I think a lot of the men get fooled by the fact that simply by the fact that they can have a conversation with the woman that reaches a certain depth, that they mistake that for feelings, because this is actually something that they've never done before.
Yeah.
Which is quite terrifying.
No, and I think that's the thing. I think people equate a discussion about with some emotional depth, maybe 1 or 2 levels deeper than average, as closeness and bonding. And I think that's kind of because that's what happens in rom-coms and movies.
I don't know how straight people do it, honestly. Like, I don't know how straight women do it specifically. I shouldn't say straight people, because I've been treated by guys in a way that I think they treat straight women, and it's horrifying.
Oh.
Yes. It's like...
Give me an example.
So, school is in session. The topic is bisexual terrorism. Bisexual terrorism is when a bisexual man who is not, like, woke enough to understand that, oh, like, I could have the same feelings, loving, romantic, deep connection feelings with a man as I am with a woman. And then they just think that men are only for sex and women are for, like, everything else, including sex. And then when they like engage with or like date or like connect with a gay man and discover that those feelings are actually like they're kind of gender and sex agnostic, they become terrorists. Namely, like, they just get caught by surprise by their own feelings. And then they're like, oh my God, what's happening? And then the walls of the closet start to collapse and they fucking freak out. Like, they go insane. I had this guy come to my house 4 times in 8 days. Okay? Cooking steak dinners, like pillow talk about our deepest, darkest secrets, blah, blah, blah. And then he does on the 3rd meeting, he's like, hey, just so you know, like, I'm what you consider a bi guy. And I was like, what you consider a bi guy, sir? You know what I mean? Like, you're not a marketing strategy. You know what I mean? Like, what does that all even mean? But like, what do you mean what I consider a bi? I'm like, okay, sir, okay.
Was this him coming out to you as not gay, but bi?
Yes, essentially. He was just like in the car and he's like, so you know, I'm what you consider a bi guy. And I know that, this is very confusing for a lot of gay men to understand. And I'm like reaching into my heart to my jacket to bring out my knife because I want to stab him because I don't have a knife. But yeah, like, I see myself as a man who, like, a family man, and I'm going to get married, I'm going to have kids. And so this is, you and I are it's just sex, and that's all it's going to be after 3 dinner dates where we cooked for each other, not like ordering in or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like,
no, that's deep.
And I'm like, so I felt the rug being pulled from under me, and I was like, let's go for a walk. We went for a walk, and I'm like, okay, so tell me about, how did you, and I, of course, like, I have the next 45 minutes planned in my mind. Okay. Cause I have
an agenda.
I have the gay agenda. I literally have, I have the gay agenda in my mind on page 36. Cause that's where we are right now. And then I'm like, I'm just going to unpack this man right now real quick, just so I can, like, leave home and then just feel like I've closed this chapter a little bit. And then I'm like, okay, let's go for a walk, And he's like, do you mind if I get my dog? Yeah, we went to get his dog. And I was like, let's go for a walk with your dog. Yeah, it's cute. It's the summer. So I'm like, tell me about the last emotionally significant relationship that you had with a man. He's like, oh, I've never had an emotional significant relationship with a man. I'm like, and he's like 30, he's my age. So he's like, 30, I was 36, he's 36. So like, he's had time to, like, figure this out, presumably. Right. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay. So like, you've like, when did you first come out? When did you first realize that you were attracted to men? He's like, oh, when I was like 18 or 19. I was like, oh, okay. So like, the conversation in my mind changed because I was like, oh, he's like, I believe him. Like, he's saying, he's had time to think about this. This isn't someone who discovered themselves yesterday, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, okay, tell me about the first, emotionally significant relationship. Have you ever had an emotionally significant relationship with a man? He's like, no. I'm like, nothing at all. And he's like, well, I'm like, oh.
A chink in the armor.
Yeah, a chink in the armor. Exactly. I'm like, yeah, tell me, what about that? He's like, well, when I was younger, like 10 years ago, when I was like 23, 24, I professed my love to my straight best friend, like true love. I told him I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him and I wanted to have a family with him. And he said, no, thanks, bro. I'm straight. And then I just moved on and I'm now the godfather of his children. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this sounds like an emotional tsunami of devastation. I'm like, okay.
And he just brushed it off?
Yeah. And I was like, how did you feel about that? He's like, well, I was pretty sad, but we moved on, And I'm like, did we? How did we move on exactly? Because time does move. It's not like time stops, but do we move on? And I was like, okay, well, tell me about the first emotionally significant relationship you
I
had.
can tell you're so well therapized given the line of questioning you're giving this man.
Oh, yeah. It's not my first rodeo, honey. And I was like, tell me about the first emotionally significant relationship you had, emotionally significant experience. I didn't even call them relationships. We had with a woman. And he's like, yeah, I was dating this girl for like 2.5 years in university. And then after we graduated, she got a job in Europe and just like left without telling anyone. Didn't tell her family, didn't tell me, didn't tell my family because she knew my family. I'm like, so she just disappeared? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, that sounds really traumatizing.
Oh my God, this guy must have the most abandonment.
That's what I said. I was like, that must have been really traumatizing. He's like, no, I'm not traumatized. I was just abandoned. I was like, yeah.
Sorry, we need to put that on a t-shirt.
I'm not traumatized. Just abandoned. I'm like, oh, you're just abandoned? Okay. I thought it was really traumatizing, but it was just abandonment, which was the silliest thing. And I was like, oh no.
I'm not traumatized. I just was never loved.
Yeah. So this is a person who was like, bye, but has had the first relationship ever with a man and a first relationship with a woman be completely traumatized, like super terrible. Then I was like, okay, well, tell me about other relationships you've had. And then he proceeded to describe like salacious entanglement after salacious entanglement, where he like almost married a woman on a Vegas trip. And then he like almost like, moved to Thailand with some guy who works at a resort, because it's all these like high octane, high what's it called? High emotional intensity things that like activate his nervous system in the same way that those traumatic events did.
Yeah.
And then those are the only kinds of things that he could like replicate, right? So he can only recreate those same experiences. So he's like, yeah, I appreciate you asking me all this, but like I find that like whenever I start seeing gay guys within a few weeks of us seeing each other, they like start saying that they have feelings for me and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, well, if you're seeing guys for a few weeks and you're having home cooked meals and you're having pillow talk and you're going out together and all that stuff, those are like intimacy building activities. So it's normal that they're forming bonds. It's abnormal that you're not, because you're blocking yourself. So he's like, I didn't say all these things because he thinks like I said quintessentially once, and he was like, you and your big words. I'm like, girl, and I'm ESL and he's born here.
Maybe he is a straight guy.
I don't know. It's like,
So did you just drop him off after?
No, it gets better. So earlier in our conversations, when he first told me that he's a future family man and he's just kind of having fun, and he was like, I'm just like, whenever you're feeling lonely, you should call me. And I'm like, why would you be the antidote to my loneliness if you're not like trying to be, you know what I mean? It's fucked up, because you're like, the antidote to loneliness is intimacy. And why would I want that with someone who was clearly saying that they don't want intimacy, or thinks that they're not saying? I think what he meant is call me when you're horny. Totes understand. Call me when you're lonely. I don't think he knows the difference between the two. You know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, I see in my mind this person has had like two very traumatizing, very like turbulent, formative experiences with both, with men and women. And now he is saying that he doesn't understand why all of these gay guys keep, falling in love with him. And I'm just like, oh, I think if he was doing to those guys what he was trying to do to me, then he is kind of just recreating the same emotional devastation that he experienced.
And then
abandons them. He dated this guy and they went on a vacation together. And then like they booked a vacation together, which I'm sorry, you don't like go on vacations with a
hookup.
Yeah. Or unless maybe you could say like, oh, we just had fun and you're definitely more than just like casual partners if you're vacationing together. In my experience, I'm not spending money on like no casual partner. You know what I mean? And then he goes on this vacation with this guy, and then he like, the guy tells him that he is, really happy and like he loves being with him and blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, like we're not like a thing. And he leaves the vacation and leaves the guy behind. And then
literally like what the girl did to him.
Yeah. And then abandons the girl, and the guy
also just to leave a vacation early means you have to like talk to Air Canada voluntarily.
I think he must have like just like split, like we'll go do our own thing and then we'll just go home separately kind of thing. I don't know if he left early. I don't remember. But
you're gonna sit next to each other on the flight home after that?
Awkward. And then the guy relapsed on his alcoholism.
The only way to make WestJet flight worse.
It's when you're like when you're just carrying a lot of emotional cargo. Yeah.
That's the only thing you can bring on for free.
Yeah, so exactly. All the emotional baggage you want. The guy he had this situationship with, like relapsed on his alcoholism, and he's like, yeah, I felt bad, but ultimately like those were his choices, which I guess, I don't know, like yes, we are all responsible for our choices, but like I'm not really gonna brag about how I made an alcoholic drink again. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't bring it up ever.
I wouldn't bring it up ever.
Yeah. What he should do at a minimum is recognize that his actions contributed maybe a small factor to that, and like take some accountability.
Yeah, and he didn't know that I was about to deliver some emotionally damaging things to him in return, because I was like, oh, like you need some accountability for you to stop doing what you're doing, because you're just leaving behind a trail of emotional destruction with people who would have otherwise had like perfectly normal lives, right? Or like lives that just didn't have you in them.
So good for you to like call him out as he was
I think like
playing this move
my therapist said it was like, it's not your job to fix people or whatever. I'm like, at this point I'm trying to get redemption for me, because I was just like, you need to understand that you deceived.
Yeah. I'm
not going to just be like, oh, I didn't like this, and I'm not going to tell you what's wrong. I feel like you need to know you're doing something wrong, and then I'm not going to like coach you on what this is, or I'm not going to coach you on how to fix it. I'm going to tell you what it is. Mm-hmm. And then, and I was like, okay, cool. Of course, like when you're love bombed and like in the early stages, like he did, it's very disorienting. Like I wasn't as coherent as I am now. And it took me a lot of time to it took me a lot of therapy, two therapy sessions over 2 weeks to like synthesize what's happening to me and synthesize why I'm confused and why I'm being swept up like that. And why it's like a quick sweep and then a quick dump is what I was experiencing. And I wanted to interrupt it before the dump, because I wanted to get out of the situation with more power. And I was just like, okay, after this conversation, I was like, okay, so this is fine. Like, that's cool. I just need to think about some stuff, and I'll let you know, I'll see you soon. And because we were still kind of like lovey-dovey at that point. And I was like, I'll see you soon. And, message me later. We'll hang out some other time. And then I was like, I had a therapy session, and I was just like, hey, with this weekend, I'm hanging out with my friends. Like, I don't want to hang out with you just now, because like, I want to prioritize my friends, and like, we have a concert and whatever. Yep. And then I was like,
which concert?
Iliana. Oh, so good. It was like mind blowing. I can send you clips of it, and from the cosplay that I did, that was actually her. And
I think I saw it. Did you post it?
Was for Halloween.
Yeah.
And then I set like a boundary where I was like, don't mess, like I'm not gonna hang out this weekend, and I'll just like see you next week sometime. You know what I mean? Non-stop texting me over the weekend, and I'm just like, oh, well, I was pretty clear that like I'm trying to focus on my friends, and if we are, as you say, only like friends with benefits, not a relationship, I don't need you to be like, how was your day? You know what I mean? I don't need you to be like, yeah.
And also, it's because now you were abandoning him.
Precisely. Did not like it. I don't need you to be checking in on me or sending me like well, I mean, you can send me pictures of you working out or whatever, but like trying to captivate my attention. And I'm like, no. In this attention economy, and then he started. Do I want to share this part? Well, I'll tell you, and maybe I'll think about editing it later. He was like, I really want to, like, you're like, you know, I love, you know, our sexual chemistry. I really want to bottom for you next time, which is like, I guess in his mind, like dropping like, you know, the Joker card or like the undeniable part. I'm just like, you're like, I'm not a virgin. You know what I mean? It's like,
he put the play any color Uno for you.
Yeah,
You pick.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, I texted him back and I'm very proud of it. I'm like, you'll get it when you get it.
Stop it.
The show's over.
I think just from that, that story, I think embodies whether or not you are the problem. And I want to say you're not the problem.
I'm not the problem. I was the problem for him.
No, I don't think so. I think like you're like not 100% absolved of all wrongdoing. Like you played into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But also like whatever.
I'm doing what he's doing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
how did it end? Like
I was like, yeah, like the next time we see each other, I was like, yeah, like you're going to bottom so hard tonight, blah, blah, blah. Get ready, everything. We met up in a park and I was like, he's like, why are we meeting in a park? And I was like, sit down. We sat out on a bench and I took out my notebook and I was like, what you're doing is wrong. I talk about my therapist. My therapist said that he's displaying like psychopathic behaviors, which is like an extreme disregard for other people's well-being. I'm like, what you did XYZ, all the things that I just shared with you, what I shared with you in the audience, all the things that I shared with you, Usama, all things are wrong. All the things you're doing are wrong. You're very confusing. This is not okay. You can't be doing this. I'm grateful for this experience. I no longer want to see you again. Shut the book.
Case closed.
Case closed. And I left.
Did he have a closing statement?
It was a long conversation. And it was a lot of avoiding accountability. He's like, oh, I don't know why you're making it so serious, blah, 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 blah. A lot of gaslighting, a lot of like, you like, you know, we were just having a good time, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool.
You know what I just realized?
What?
I think the most important question anyone should ask on a first date is tell me a time you were wrong and you apologized. I think so many people will struggle to tell you a story right away. Because if you can't take any accountability, number one issue.
Yeah. I'm struggling to remember now because I'm in the middle of another story, but like I feel like that's a good question and I want to think of it after I finish the story. Yeah. And then the next day he proceeds to text me like, so he's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I feel like if I text you, I'm going to be a bad, like I'm misleading you and like, you know, leading you on. And I feel like if I don't text you, I feel like I'm an asshole, especially because you're the one that got burned. And I'm like, how did I get burned? And he's like, well, you caught feelings. I'm like, I didn't catch any feelings. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, well, how should we proceed? Like, I'm confused. And I was just like, I don't think we're proceeding. This is over. Like, I don't want you to text me. Good luck. I won't feel bad. Like, I won't think you're an asshole if you don't text me anymore. Like, move on. Go about your day. Go about your life. And he lost his shit. He was like, it was more than sex. I was like really starting to think that we had a connection, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, girl, what are you talking about? You said you see yourself as a family man. Go be a family man. Go get married. Go have kids. You're almost 40. So bro's talking about like now, not right now, but when, you know what I mean? So I'm like, go do it. And he's like, this was more than sex. Like, I can't believe you're saying this. Like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just being honest with you. And he tried to make it seem like it's my choice how to proceed. I'm like, I made a choice that I'm proceeding without you.
And then he doesn't want you to abandon him. And then
and then he freaks out. And then he like he like squirmed a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, should I read the text?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, all I could offer though is being a friend with benefits. It's enough. If that's enough, you can let me know. And it's not, I won't bother you anymore. Sleep on it and let me know. This is after like me saying, stop texting me like 60,000 times. I know emotions are still intense. I'm like, very calm and collected right now. No emotions are intense for me. Thank you. So you don't have to answer. I'm like, I'm still not clear on what you don't understand. Please stop texting me. And then it's so good. Where do I start? It's all so juicy. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, I'll continue from where I did. He's like, one of his rebuttals is so bad. One sec. Yeah. He's like, because you told me that if I texted, visited, or spent too much, you told me I texted you too much and I visited you too much and I spent too much time too quickly. And I don't know if you wanted to slow things down or full stop. I'm like, my question is, what are you looking from me? Like, why are you still texting me? He's like, you can't bounce back the question. I asked first. I'm like, shut up. I can ask whatever the fuck I want. And then he's like, I'm so tired, lack of sleep, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, I'm not your mom. And then I just can't offer you a relationship. I can offer you friendship. I'm like, I don't want your friendship. And you need to accept that, like, being close friends and having sex just means you're in a relationship. It doesn't mean anything else. You know what I mean? Just because your heart got destroyed by other men and women, it doesn't mean that you can't love men. And I'm not your therapist and I'm not your dad. So go figure it out by yourself. He's like, this is so confusing. I'm like, it's not confusing. You're just refusing to accept it. He's like, you're overwhelming me. We had sex, we had dinners, we had fun. I just unfortunately can't take it to another level. I just block there. And I was just like, your own blocks are your own problem. Like, go figure them out with a therapist, not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and he just keeps going on and on and on. And then I was just like, okay, khalas, no more.
Yeah.
Stop. And then in my mind, I'm like, maybe he isn't like this with women too, but I don't know if I feel like a well-adjusted woke woman who's been like who like, I'm sure women like put up with crazier, even crazier shit, but I feel like this man gave me a taste of what it's like. I feel like this man gave me a taste of how some men treat women in a way that was so alarming, because like there's nothing at stake for me. If there's a baby at stake for me, if there's mat leave, if there's STDs, if there's HPV, if there's cervical cancer, if there's birth control, I wouldn't be able to, like, actually, I know exactly what will happen. I will become a terrorist. I'll be the first female terrorist. I mean, are there female terrorists? I feel like there's female terrorists.
Really?
I don't know.
It's pretty male-dominated industry.
Really, I was like, I don't know. The terrorism industry should really do its best.
They haven't really blown the glass ceiling. You know what I mean?
Should really diversify their hiring.
Did you not have like a terrorism joke in your first like year of stand-up?
Yeah, I did. I think I did. Yeah, I think I had a joke about like how I'm, got approached by like a random lady about like whether or not I'm with or against the troops.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't like, what are the troops doing right now?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Like, depends on what the troops are doing. And then,
Why is that never the question, the follow-up question?
Yeah, which troops?
Which one specifically?
It's specifically the U.S. Army. It's a pretty big one.
Yeah. Also, the ones bombing my country.
Yeah, because
those
troops.
guys, I'm not really a big fan of.
And then I'm like, that's what I
But
tell
the
her.
ones
I'm like,
fighting Russia, sure.
It's just like, I don't know, like, and then I'm like, what are the troops doing right now? And then like the response would be like, like, you can't question the troops. You have to support the troops. Everybody's like, thank you for your service, all of that. And I'm just like, well, like, she's like, my dad was in the army. And I'm like, oh, like,
Bombing
was he
my
like,
dads?
yeah, was he like fighting the Nazis? And then she's like, no, like fighting the Nazis, like high five.
No, it's
then, no, he was in Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I can high five that.
It's crazy to me that like they like the armies bomb our countries and they want us to stand for the anthem. It's like, how about we get a pass on that?
How about, it's true. It's like there's a, what's it called? I recently learned that like troops returning to their homes and being greeted by their dogs and their like wives are actually just like propaganda videos to manufacture consent for American U.S.
Everything's
imperialism.
propaganda. You think,
bro, this is propaganda right now. Okay, consider yourself radicalized.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
You think Top Gun isn't propaganda? You think
Top Gun is 100% propaganda.
Exactly. That's my point. Everything's propaganda.
Yeah.
But my I just want to tell you my dumb joke about terrorism when I first started. It was like, oh, it's male dominated because they give them 72 virgins in heaven. I think if you give 72 virgins to a woman, that's what happens if she goes to hell.
72 virgins is not a good time.
Also, it's not good for either.
Yeah, honestly,
Like, this is like the dumb joke, right? In like 5 months into stand up,
it writes itself.
it really does.
One of my favorite things that I've been doing right now is like whenever someone asks me how I am,
How are you?
just immediately start crying. Just be like, I'm good. I'm good. Just like, cause are you really fine? Like nobody's fine.
Yeah.
Are you fine? No. You're doom scrolling. Like you're not okay. Nobody's okay. And like, I don't understand how other people can be okay, because it's like, over the last, since October 8th, okay, 2023, every day I'm like, oh, like it can't possibly get worse than this. And then you're just like, surprise, surprise. Excuse me. It just got worse. And then now I'm like, oh my God, I have the best story. Okay.
Is it a long
Epstein
one?
Files. No, it's a short one.
Okay.
So in 2017, I was visiting Jordan, and I went on a little road trip with my cousin to go to Aqaba, which is the southernmost port city of Jordan, and it's on the Red Sea. So he's like, yeah, I'm going for work. They're putting me in like a nice hotel. Do you want to come with me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. The hotel, like it was a fancy hotel. It was like an international chain. And then at the time, I was unemployed and learning piano. So I was like, I had all the time in the world. Right now, I'm just unemployed. No more piano.
Can you play the piano? No.
So anyways, I go in and I see this like old lady who's like the resident piano player in the lobby, because they have like a nice Steinway and everything. So I was like, yeah, he goes to like do his job, and I'm just like hanging out like at the beach, whatever. And then I go see her and I was like, oh, can I sit next to you and listen? And then she's like, yeah. And it was a white American woman. And I sit next to her. She's like maybe in her 60s, I think. She had all this sheet music, and she's like, do you want me to play you anything? And I was like, oh, that's really sweet. I pick up and I was like, how about this one? And she's like, yeah. And then she played a little bit, and then she's like, okay, so where are you from? I was like, oh, I'm Jordanian. I live in Canada. What about you? And she's like, oh, I'm from the US, but I married a Jordanian man like 20 years ago, and I've been living here since, which is like the cutest story ever. Like, oh my God, she lives in a port city and she plays the piano. Like, I'm manifesting this life for me, plus the piano playing. So I was like, oh wow, so you're American. Like at the time, like Donald Trump had just gotten elected for his first term. And I was like, what do you think of like the election that's going on? And I was like drinking the Democratic Kool-Aid at the time. I was like, oh, I wish really Hillary had won.
Just the silence.
Yeah, just canceled. I was still kind of like, it was a different time, 2017, right? Like the world order had not yet collapsed, or like the cracks weren't showing as evidently as they are now. And then she's like, oh, I'm glad he won. And I was like, uh-oh. She was like, why? And he's like, he's much better than her. And I was like, why? She's like, her and her husband, those people are crazy, right? And I'm like, what do you mean crazy? And she's like, they're demons. I'm like, oh shit. Who am I? Like, I've been chilling with this lady for like an hour and a half listening to piano. What the fuck were you playing? You know what I mean? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, they get together and they like do crazy demonic rituals and they eat children. And I was like, this lady is insane. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see. We'll give Trump a chance. And I was like, I'm like sitting, I'm like listening to the piano. I'm like, I'm going to go to the beach. Nice knowing you. And then I moved away. She was right the whole time. 10 years later, she's like, I told you so.
I know.
They eat children. And they do all of like
I hate that conspiracy theories have been right.
Maybe the Earth is flat. We don't even know anymore.
Like Pizzagate, the NSA spying on our phones, and we're like,
that was never a conspiracy theory.
It was.
No, bro. Like the NS, like Snowden got like.
Yeah, but
that wasn't like
literally like I think it was 2 weeks before Zuckerberg was testifying in Congress, and the guy asked, if I talk about the movie Black Panther, can my phone hear it and pick it up? And everyone clowned him for being like, oh, how dare you like put that? You're so stupid. Of course they don't. Literally 2 weeks later, the whole Snowden thing happens, and that congressman everyone was laughing at was spot on. I think one of the worst things is realizing Republicans were right about some stuff.
Yeah,
that sucks.
I'm just maybe.
You know what annoys me when I talk to Republicans and I tell them I don't like Trump is that they immediately assume I like the Democrats. And I'm like, no, I hate both.
It's like when people call me a liberal, I'm like, I'm not.
No, yeah.
Not that.
And the thing is, when I tell them I hate both, I'm like, how do you not understand it? You're white. Don't you hate your mom and your dad? Like,
yeah.
speaking your language.
Exactly. Have you ever had a hookup that, or like any kind of relationship that you later realized was on the wrong side of politics?
Oh, that is the closer of my hour. Do you know that story?
Oh, the one with the period?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have another one? You can tell this one if you want.
Oh, that one's too good to tell in the podcast
to burn
form. Yeah.
Yeah.
I once hooked up with this girl, which was my friend for many years, and like there was also there was some blood after, and she was like, "Oh, it's probably just my period." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Come to find out, she was a Zionist and a virgin. And then
I can't decide if that's a win or not.
No, I'll never know. And then she left the friend group.
Ooh.
Just immediately. And I genuinely wonder if she feels a lot of shame for hooking up with an Arab.
I'm gonna say yes.
Like she literally she was my friend group that I don't see that often. She just stopped seeing all of them. I see them once a quarter.
Wow.
And she just disappeared.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's like, is the friend group have other Arabs in it?
No. I'm the token Arab guy there.
Oh, well, I'm glad. Are you in that friend group still?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but like they're good.
Mm-hmm. They're good. They're cool. They're woke.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, she never spoke to any of them ever again.
Wild.
And I don't know what. And she moved and everything. I actually wonder if it was the shame.
I think it might have been the shame. I don't know. Who knows? But one time I was at, this is an irrelevant story, but a detour. One time I was out at this like outdoor dance party and someone saw me wearing this and it was like this like drunk white guy.
Yeah.
And like the sentiment was right, but like the execution was wrong.
What did he say?
Because we were like dancing and he's like, when he used this, like, he had this beer bottle and he was like, hey, you're looking really good. And then he like picks it up, which is like this like Palestine watermelon necklace. And he's like, all right, man, free Palestine. I was like,
we'll take it.
Thanks. It's
We'll
coming from a
take it,
good
man.
place.
Yeah.
I was
Like any allyship is
it's
appreciated.
great. The bar is not very high.
All right, so I want you to close with your most controversial dating take.
Oh my God. I have so fucking many. Delaying sexual gratification is good because it allows you to build anticipation and it forces, like you have to have the mindset of like wanting to get to know the person beyond sexual chemistry, because in the gay community, sex is really abundant, but like intimacy is very scarce or scarce or however you say that.
Yeah.
So withholding sexual gratification, like you can make out and stuff or whatever, but like you can't like full on go to town.
I think that's a good take.
But it's not a hot take. It's not a controversial take.
Is it not? Because I feel like it's very sex forward. And so that is kind of not exactly in line with
I see what you mean. Okay, I have another hot take.
Go.
Hot take, the top bomb, hot take, controversial opinion. The top bottom binary is like fake, is not real. I think that if you really want to make it work with someone and you want to like grow old together, and then you want to be like, you want to age and get old with someone, top, bottom, ginormous penis, small penis, I mean, like physical fitness is important just to be healthy and to, you have to be okay with the person not being everything to you sexually. And it took me forever to learn that, because there is like this huge emphasis on sex and sexuality, especially in the context of like liberation for queer people, that we have to be like, I'm all about like sex positivity and everything, but I think sexuality dominates like the psyche of so much in queer relationships and in queer spaces that it's actually overemphasized, and it's very not the most important thing in a relationship. Sex and intimacy can go hand in hand, and it's great if they do, but it's really not like sexual chemistry is not an indication of like long-term compatibility. The person you feel comfortable spending a long time with might not be the person you're fully sexually compatible with. And I think chasing the best sex makes us miss connections and relationships that could have been a lot more fruitful, even though they weren't like the most sexually gratifying.
And just quickly, why do you think the top and bottom, not labeling
Binary.
Why is it the top?
Why the top bottom binary? So like
real? What do you think it stems from? Why is it so defined?
I think it's like it stemmed from a lot of like heteronormative, like heteronormative frameworks and like these like this like male female power dynamic like from like Judeo-Christian Islamic whatever. And I think it's not actually rooted in we like label simplify things and all of that stuff, and like it's totally normal for you to enjoy one more than the other. And I think that some people, they try bottoming and they really give it their best shot, and they're like, actually it's not for me. And some people try topping and they say it's not for them. But I think a lot of people they associate these things with like ideas about like masculinity and like if you're or like submission or power or any of those things. And to me, like one of the biggest not red flags, one of the things that like signals that I have to probe further is like tops who are like, oh, I've never bottomed, I just know it's not for me. And I'm like, oh, really? How to like what? Like what do you?
That's like the closest you'll get to a homophobic gay man.
Yeah, it's just internalized homophobia. Because I meet other guys who are just like, no, I've tried it, and like I've tried it with relationships and blah blah blah. But I was just like, I just prefer one or the other. Then it's fine. But when someone's like, no, like I just like this is like that people see me this way, or like I feel like I give off this energy and blah 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 blah. And it's just like, but it's like your body. You can have. Like you can derive a lot of pleasure from all kinds of things, and it's okay if things aren't for you. But like if you're denying yourself based on these ideas, then it's like you need to unpack that. Yeah.
Wait, what are your pronouns again?
My pronouns are antifalda. No, I'm joking. My pronouns are he, him.
Yeah. Okay. Your Instagram has he, they. Did you know that?
I'm they after a couple of drinks. I can't change it back, but I was like, am I? I mean, sometimes I am. I don't know.
Okay. I have, you want to hear the joke about it? Because like,
sure.
If your pronouns are he, they, like, you know which one I'm gonna use.
Which one? My whole? Why?
Why would I like choose the grammatically more challenging one for me to use conversationally? You know what I mean?
Is using they more grammatically challenging?
Is it not for you?
No, it's grammar agnostic.
No, like, oh, it's like, oh.
You don't have to conjugate verbs different.
All right, let's get
so the joke has been assassinated. Thank you for coming to.
Thing.
Yeah.
No, we're cutting this entire thing. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do the conclusion here.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Zaid, I don't think you're the problem. I think you're actually
helping
people.
Folks. Thank you.
You're helping people in your own ways. You're quite the wizard this way.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I don't think I am the problem. No. You heard it here.
And that's the end of the episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hate saying this every single time. And if you have any questions for Zaid, put them in the comments. I'm sure he'll answer.
Yeah. Let me hear from the top only folks out there or the bottom only folks. What you think about that?
Bye.